Okay, we are at the property. So arrived today and met with the painter and got him started. And I'll show you a few things that he's been working on and see if we can't do a quick tour of the property. So here we are, we've got some security elements up here in the front. And we were covered with snow, but good news is, what on earth is this? I don't want to know. Good news is we got a break in the weather, so we're taking advantage of that to get some of this paint done. So you can see the painter came along, painted the fascia, the soffit, and the gutters right up to here, and then it just has to be continued. It'll probably need 2 coats, and so he's pretty well done with the body. Excuse me, pretty well done with the body. We're going green over green, so it's covering really well. Don't need 2 coats there, but we'll need at least 2 coats on the trim. So we've got the shutters pulled off, and we'll be hitting those. In case we get a temperature drop, we can always paint those inside and then throw them up. It's just a quick glance around that side. You can see it's coming along. And let me take you inside. Okay. So just a quick look on the inside here. You can see we've got appliances. We're moving some stuff around here in the living room. So you've got the flooring. We're doing an LVP in here. So it's a luxury vinyl plank, LVT. So that's gonna go in line with the grain of the floor. So it'll run this way lengthwise. No way we don't have lines going this way and then lines going that way, long lines. You'll see that staggered kind of brick look moving this way. Then the long runs will follow that same pattern. So we demoed basically from the edge of this window jamb all the way to here. All the drywall came off, and you can see we've got some new receptacles in. Refrigerator will go here, and then we'll have the micro and the range. This will be the sink. Of course, it looks right out the back. And then the walls aren't exactly square here. So because it's not plumb, it doesn't run straight up and down, we've got this gap, and we've got a solution to fix that just with the trim that's gonna go around the window. So it'll butt up all the way against and then go flush, and it'll close up that gap. So we put in a 4-inch up there, and we'll have a garbage disposal. And then we've got the dishwasher here. We've got electrical run for that. Hot and cold. And then, of course, all new drywall. And then we're gonna be mudding and taping all this here. So we're almost done with the mud and tape, but you can see we had to cut some holes for electrical just to get everything run. This is originally a storage, kind of a storage area, and it's really 50-50 here. So you could have kept this as a storage area. So in other words, we have the lowers, the lower cabinets, and then just kind of like a bench, a kitchen work area, which is fantastic. It's a great idea. The only issue with that is where do you have dinner? So if you look at this place, you kind of walk in, makes sense to have a TV here, makes sense to have your sofas here, right? And then you've got maybe a little nook over here for a dining room table, but it makes your seating area really small. The other option is we decided to turn this into a little kind of nook seating area. So this will have a bench that flips up on a hinge for storage. So it'll have some storage underneath, which is kind of cool. And then this will have like wainscoting. And then you can just put a cute little dining room table right here, kind of like a 4x6, something small, something cute, maybe a little 4x8, and just kind of tucks in there. So this is just a creative solution that we came to try to solve the problem of having basically a larger living space, which is where you're gonna spend what? 80% of your time, 70% of your time, your family's gonna be hanging out on the couch, you know, watching TV, socializing, you're having people over, you know, you might have a little, kind of like maybe a little mini office right here, right? You could, if you wanted to, you could tuck a little office right there, a little desk, and, you know, have monitors there, and then have the main seating area here. So this is a great multi-purpose, multi-use space, and that moves your dining room table over here so that you can scoot it in if you want to. It doesn't take up much space out here. You could even do a half round if you wanted to, or a half rectangle that folds. So it just makes the space a little bit more versatile. It's not the perfect solution, but we like the solution. So we're gonna have a tile backsplash, just a simple, clean white tile backsplash. And I think you saw the LVT, that's gonna be kind of a neutral gray color that'll play well with the countertop and the cabinets. All right, coming through here, not much. We didn't make a lot of changes here to the bedrooms, just paint. You'll see the bathroom. It's got that kind of Michigan State green going on, but the tile job is good. So we decided to leave that alone. We're gonna repaint in here. We threw a new over the toilet cab and then a new vanity. And this already had the holes cut, so we decided to leave everything as is. And you'll see here, this is just a ton of extra storage, right? So you've got, 1,000 square foot brick ranch. Storage is at a premium. And because these holes were already set and it was just an older model that was here, we decided to just move quick, keep things the way they are, not even drywall and finish this, but just keep it. And then it adds a little bit of extra storage here. Let's say this is kind of like a little mini medicine cabinet, and then maybe shared toiletries for the family, things of that nature could go in here. So nothing happening with the floor. Good tile in here. We're keeping the doors wood. Nice oak doors, so we're keeping those. And then the floors, you can see we've got a little bit of damage here. And so we're beyond buffing coat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna refinish the floors, and we're just gonna leave it natural. So that'll lighten up the floors a little bit, kind of get rid of that orange oak vibe on the floors. And then closet doors, we're gonna leave as is. You've got the third bedroom here. And we'll have new fixtures. Closet doors are in pretty good shape, and then I'll show you the basement. A few of these cabinets are gonna go back. Step down. This door was in rough shape, so we took palm sander to it, and you can see we took down all the high edges, but it just looked like it had been brushed, a dozen times in the dark, and so it just looked really bad. So that won't make it perfect, but it'll look it better than it is. And then we're gonna replace this with a piece of glass, something frosted maybe, just to clean it up a little bit. Okay, let's go downstairs. Steps will be redone. Lots of storage here in the basement, just lots of square footage here. So nothing fancy, but it's a nice basement area. You can see we blacked out the ceilings. They're almost done blacking things out up top. So these will all be black as well. And then a good hot water tank and furnace. And they've got a waterproofing system down here. So you can see that wraps all the way around. That's what this goofy looking, lasagna looking thing is it's evidence of a waterproofing system. And then you can see, if you get a little bit closer, where they cut away, and then they re-pour the concrete here. So you can see that seam all the way down. And this is a pretty cool battery backup. This is just something that's fun to look at. It's a battery backup sump pump. So let's say you've got a gnarly storm that happens and knocks out power, and it's raining cat and dogs. Well, you're still gonna have a functioning sump pump, so you won't have any water issues here in the basement. Everything is dry as a bone down here. We've had some heavy rains, no problem at all. But it's always good to know that, if there was an issue prior, that they address that with both the waterproofing and the battery backup sump. When we got in here, there weren't any three-way switches. So what we did is we put in a three-way for these lights here, so that when you walk in from outside, you're able to turn on the kitchen light, and then when you're going to your bedroom, you're able to shut that off. Same thing with the lights here in the living room. So you can see I'm in the hallway and I'm turning those on and off, and then you're able to turn those off by the front door. So this is just a little tour of what's going on here, and it's looking pretty good. If you have any suggestions or thoughts, certainly let me know. We're trying to stick with kind of a neutral color scheme here, so we're not getting too heavy into the grays. You can see we kind of carried that with the cabinets, but the walls are just a little bit more of a kind of a lighter, more of a neutral cream color, and it brightens up the space. I really like it. So this is how things are going here, and wish us luck. All right, we'll see you guys. Bye.